Hey folks, Al here from Open Walnut, and today we'll be walking through Bizness, an easy Linux-based machine from Hack the Box. Initial foothold on this machine was very easy, however, it took me a while to perform privilege escalation. First of all, finding privilege escalation vector was not very straightforward for an easy machine, and second of all, had to port a custom hashing script from Java to Python. Overall, was a fun machine and made me think outside of the box. You can find some helpful material in the description below. Anyhow, let's get started. And let's start with an nmap. I was using Nabu for a while because at some point while doing Hack the Box, nmap was slow for me for some reason, but recently I tried switching back to nmap and it appears to be much faster now. By much faster I mean a couple minute difference, but nevertheless. We'll do full port scan with synscan. Let's break the terminal in two and do quick scan of top 100 ports, just so we have something to work with in the meanwhile. So here we have 22 SSH, 80 HTTP, and 443 HTTPS. And let's quickly open up the browser to see what's going on the web ports. Unfortunately, I cannot make this part bigger, the URL bar. However, we got redirected from HTTP to HTTPS. And we have some sort of a website. I have Vapalizer on top here. Let's quickly open it and see if it can give us any insights. We have Nginx web server version 1.18, but nothing else really stands out to me. Let's scroll through the website. We have About Us section. Nothing really here, no inputs. Services, no inputs here either. Discover Us takes us back to homepage. Let's check out Contact. It looks like Contact Us has some input fields. For now, I'm just going to take a note of that and enumerate the rest of this. We have another input field for subscribe. And here we have a notice saying that it's powered by Apache Ofbiz. Let's check this out and see if there are any exploits available for this particular version of Apache. Some typos, but I think it got us where we needed to go. Let's click on this link. And looks like the exploit is rather recent, so that gives me hope. So Apache Ofbiz authentication bypass vulnerability. The Apache Ofbiz Enterprise Resource Planning System, a versatile Java-based web framework widely utilized across industries, is facing a critical security challenge. The Sonic Wall Threat Research Team's discovery of CVE 2023-5146-7, a severe authentication bypass vulnerability with a CVSS score of 9.8, has unveiled an alarming risk to the system's integrity. The vulnerability not only exposes the ERP system to potential exploitation, but also opens the door to a service-side request forgery (SSRF) exploit, presenting a dual threat to organizations relying on Apache Ofbiz. And looks like it gives us command execution. Let's git clone this and try it out. If that doesn't work, we'll move in further. Also, our full port scan is finished, and the only other port is 45,591. If this exploit and enumerating web servers further fails, we'll give. So let's do git clone and copy this exploit. I'm just gonna look at the URL. Sorry, just gonna look at the commands. So URL, HTTPS, business.htb, and CMD. We can do, let's do split terminal. Let's do NC, NVLP, 8080. And perhaps let's do NC bin bash, IP 8080. So here we have the shell. Let's do ID. And looks like we are logged in as the application's user. Let's upgrade our shell to PTY. And that did not work, probably because it has to be Python 3 maybe. I guess double C is not gonna work either. And here we go. So right off the bat, let's do sudo L to see if we have any privileges. No, we don't. I'm going to close this for now. And perhaps, actually, let's split this again. R, let's go to, we're just going to run Linpeas. Let's spin up a Python server. And let's do curl L 38. I'm gonna collapse this. So as this is running, let's start enumerating and noting down anything that's interesting. Yep, looks like my notepad is right here. Perfect. So looks like we got signed into, or I guess reverse shell took us to opt/ofbiz. Considering how the initial exploit, considering how new the initial exploit is, I don't think these will be relative, and if they are, I'm sure it's not the intended way. So we're gonna skip them for now. Let's see if any interesting processes are running as root or as of biz. Nothing that stands out so far. Well, looks like there are some services. Well, I think it's the exact same service, which is Ofbiz service, that we can write to an executable. However, since we got signed in as Ofbiz user, I'm pretty sure the service runs that user as well. However, just in case, we can double check. Let's take a note of this. And I think we can do that with systemctl command. I'll continue scrolling. I'm gonna scroll past the sockets as I always see these guys, but I actually never had to escalate through them that often. We can definitely look into them unless we find something better down the road. And here we have some more interesting ports. Looks like there is port 8009, 8080, and 8443. Considering they're running under Java and under this exact same process, I bet it's our Ofbiz, but we can check. Let's take a quick note of this as well. And let's move on. So there are only two users, it seems, Ofbiz and root with console. So the privilege escalation path is probably going to be pretty straightforward. In terms of there is no other users to escalate to, it's just going to be from Ofbiz to root. And nothing else interesting so far. Let me just double check one more time. And I'm just scrolling fast. Please don't mind that. So we can, I guess, start by checking Ofbiz service. I think you can do systemctl show PID and let me just double check. Man systemctl. Please request return Q. You know what? Let me double check on my actual machine instead of the target machine. Systemctl. Systemctl show help. Let's do man systemctl. And I don't remember the exact syntax. Let's Google it. Systemctl show examples. P user UID Ofbiz system. And Ofbiz runs as our user Ofbiz, as you can see right here. So that's a dead end. There's no point of trying to chase that. Let's check one of the Java ports, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a dead end as well. So ps aux grep 8443, and it also runs as Ofbiz. So we can discard that. Let's go back here and see if there is anything else. Okay, I don't see anything else here, so let's explore the service. So here we have Apache Ofbiz. Let's do ls-la to see if anything has been recently modified. Doesn't look like it, but let's continue inspecting and see the structure of this. Let's quickly grep for perhaps password. So we'll do I for ignore case. We'll do R for recursive grep. We'll do password. And we'll check all the files and all the folders. Then we'll use cut to cut any line that's bigger than 1,000 characters to, let's do 1,200 just to give a bit more buffer, let's say, just to avoid bunch of longer lines which will pollute our screen. And looks like I forgot a dash after cut. So cut dash C 1,200. And looks like that gave us quite a bit of output. Let's see how much an average line, how many characters an average line contains. I guess we can just paste it here, select. Sometimes this type of software does give you character count, not now. That's fine. We can do D. Let's do Python 3, len, and looks like about 100 characters. I'm going to collapse this for now. Come back here and let's do that again. Grab R, I, password, everything, cut, C, 1 to 1,000. And that gave us a bit of a cleaner output, I would say. Let's drop all of this as well. Let me make some space. So grep I, R, password, everything, cut, C, 1 to 1,000, grep V, and let's exclude the word template. And I was hoping for this to be a bit cleaner, but does not seem like it. Let's look through this and find what we are actually looking for. These logs look like they are from today. Perhaps something to note. We can look for other interesting stuff in those logs. Maybe. Here we have some sort of hash format. Let's save this as well. Maybe it will turn out to be useful. It looks like it actually repeats here. And repeats here again. Oh, and actually let's do a bit of a cleaner search now. It looks like current password is what is the keyword here. And here it looks like there's a bunch of binary files that we were unable to read with grep. Let's save this folder and look a bit deeper into it. So let's do grep R current password cut C 1 to 1,000 grep V template. And that seemed like a much quicker processing. And looks like this is some sort of demo, so probably not useful. Demo again, test user, so probably not useful. Then we have these, which seem a bit different than this. Paste them here. And looks like it's the exact same password. All of this again is demo. Service you just going through some log data here. It says service auth failed for user login ID because user login record current password field did not match. Know that the user login objection passed into service may need to have current password encrypted. Let's do this again, and let's do grep current. Let's do grep r current password everything cut C1 to 1000 and grep admin and grep I for ignore case admin. That looks like templates, so probably not useful to us. Looks like demo. And here it just says that authentication failed for user login admin. However, we don't seem to know what that admin is. Let's see how does Apache Ofbiz store data. So I'm just typing Apache Ofbiz database. By default, Ofbiz includes and is configured for an embedded Java database called Derby. Okay, let's see. And here we have runtime data Derby. So I guess this is our database right here, Derby Ofbiz. So let's head there. Let's head there and see what's going on. It looks like the binaries that we've some of the binaries that we've seen, it's the exact same folder. So in Derby Ofbiz, we have a few different files and directories. We have database log, which I'm assuming is a log file. We have service properties, we have logs, we have temp, and we have seg0. Let's check out temp, see what's there. It doesn't look like anything. And logs is, I assume, where some of this stuff is. cd logs, cd log, ls, cat log. Oh, it's a binary file, we can't do cat. We can only do strings. Grep admin. Nope, no admin. And let's do grep password. No password either. Let's go to seg0. And here it looks like we have a lot of binaries.dat c180 .dat. So .dat is a data file. Let's do strings, grep admin, cut C1 to 1000, and we'll do sort U. It's a lot of files, so it's probably just taking a while. I'll give it a minute or so, and then if the shell froze, I will redo the shell. Not sure why it froze, but let's work back. Ah, I see what happened. So I actually did not select strings for anything. I should have put strings everything, but I did not. And that is a simple typo that cost me quite some time. Okay, let's do NC and VLP again. Very dumb of me. Oh. And sometimes these dumb mistakes do happen, unfortunately. So let's do strings, everything, and we will do the following. And that was pretty quick. So as you can see, just dumb mistakes. So all admin operations, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. And looks like here we have some sort of a log with a different sort of looking hash. So let me paste that here. As you can see, this hash looks different than what we found so far. If we look at this format, there is no dollar signs. And if we look at this format, there are dollar signs. However, there are no curly brackets. And there is also a number 10,000. So I believe here we have the type of hash. Here we probably have salt. And here we have the actual password. Let's see if we can decode this with base 64. So 64D, but looks like invalid input. Nothing here. Let's do hash ID. Says hash unknown. Let's also try hash identifier just in case. And here we have not found, so this looks like some sort of custom hashing format. Let's hold up, let me collapse this. And let's inspect this again. So what do we know? This hash was implemented in 2023, 2016. Enabled, so it looks like the user tried to log in. Hold up, let's compare this with the output we've seen earlier from the log file and compare the time. This will probably take a while. I should have saved that in my notepad, but I didn't. It's a lot of .dat files. And let's compare it to this log and see if they match and if it is relevant. So it looks like it's around similar time frame. And let's perhaps look at how these hashes get encrypted. Let's do GitHub, since it's open source software, we should be able to get the library responsible for this. And here we have the Java code that is responsible for making this hash. Here it looks like we have the formats it takes in, which constitutes to the formats we got over here. However, as you can see, this format is a bit different. So here we have the number 10,000 again, which is the number of iterations. And here we have the number 10,000 again. So probably what happens is it takes this format and somehow translates it to this format. I'm going to look for dollar signs. So here it looks like it compares password, which depends what the hash starts with. If it starts with this format, if it starts with this format, if it starts with a dollar sign, curly bracket. So ours starts with a curly bracket. And this looks to be more of what we are looking for so far. So crypt bytes looks like this function is responsible for creating a hashed password based on a specified hashing algorithm, and salt and input password. So it looks for hash type right here, and then it looks for salt right here, and then it looks for password bytes right here. Then it concatenates it and then appends dollar signs, and then appends get crypted bytes. And here it looks like get crypted bytes gets the hash types, it updates it with the salt, and then it updates the bytes. Then it returns base64 URL safe strings, and it encodes message digest and replaces plus with a dot to make it URL safe, I assume. And then here we have pbkdf to hash crypt, which it looks like it might be translating this format to this format, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so it looks like in order to get the hash, we're going to have to reverse engineer this script. I'll pause the video and get the script going. So here I've created a script to try and crack this password. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. So pretty much I just ported JavaScript to Python instead. So the crypted bytes function is responsible for creating a hashed password based on the specified hash algorithm, salt, and input password. The get crypted bytes function uses the HashiLib library to hash the salt and the byte array password using the specified hashing algorithm. It then encodes it, and in the URL safe and the base64 URL safe format, and then result from that we use in search hash. So search hash function searches for the specified hash within the provided input file. It reads each line from the file, hashes a password using the specified algorithm and salt, and compares it with the target hash. The comparison is flexible, allowing the matches with or without trailing equal sign. And then here I made some user-friendly options to specify the format. To specify the options that we're looking for. As we can see here, give me 1 second, let me switch the screen. I skipped the following two options since it looks like we already know the salt, which is D right here. And it did not specify which format it is. As you can see here, it can be SHA-1, SHA-256, 384, 512. However, if one doesn't specify format, it just says SHA. So we are going to try every format starting with SHA-1. Here we will need to modify this to the specified hashing algorithm. So let's do Python script. We'll leave the first option as SHA-1. For salt, we'll put our salt. For the input file, I used rawq.txt word list. I'll leave that default as well. Here I have an example hash just to make sure the script works. And hold up, let me exit that. So SHA-1, salt, input list. Let me modify our hash here. We'll start with that one and continue with different algorithms. And looks like it found our password. Let's do sudo- and try it out. And looks like we got root. Well, that was a fun machine. I believe the privilege escalation here, at least for me, was a bit challenging. I would rate the Foothold as very easy, but the privilege escalation I would rate somewhere between medium and easy. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough. See you next time.